कोरोना वायरस के दिनों के पहले और लॉकडाउन होने से पहले there was a huge demand of co-working spaces by the startup companies, by individual workers who wanted a space to work, and co-working industry was doing really good. But what happened after this, what happened during the lockdown period? आइए आज हम बात करेंगे मुकुल पसरीचा. He is actually a founder and CEO of Spring House Co-working Space, and he might be able to give us some insight about the impact which has happened in this industry.
Tell me, how's it going for you? I mean, these are difficult times for everyone. How is it going for you, and how are you guys coping up with it?
Yeah. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for considering us for this interview. It really means a lot to us, and I hope that you and your family have been safe and home like everyone else in the country right now. Yeah, as you said, these are really difficult times for all business owners and individuals. I can't even think of one person that has been said, oh, their business is really booming, or I mean, maybe a few pharma companies that are into dealing with COVID. That's a very separate thing, but it's a very, very small section of society. So yeah,
Right.
it is a tough time. There is no doubt. Uh, as far our business is concerned, we are a co-working company. So we are like a layer between our landlords and our members. So it's very important that we keep our costs as low as possible at this time. So there's a
Right.
lot of discussions and negotiations and dialogues with the landlords right now. So we are trying to come to a point wherein we know what our costs are going to be for this non-operational time. Once we get this cost, then we are going to be dividing it amongst the members that we have. So we don't
Right.
really have a plain straight up strategy. It goes on location by location, because from the perspective of a landlord also, if you think about it, they've invested in the property. They have loans that they've taken. And now these loans are not, they're not waived off. They're deferred for 3 months. So I
Right.
do understand their pain also. It has to be done in a way that it's going to be a loss making proposition for everyone.
So tell me one thing, since co-working spaces were actually taken up by a lot of people from the startup fraternity, right? And the startups have actually got very badly impacted. And so currently, of course, like a lot of people will be canceling their contracts with you, and like they are so comfortable working from home. People are realizing this. So how do you kind of foresee your future? What's your plan for the future once you see slowly things come to a little normalcy?
See, definitely. I mean, there's no doubt in that that's going to affect our existing clientele. There are a lot of people that are working from home, and these are primarily from 2 to 4 to 6 to 8, maximum 10 members. So they might be comfortable at home, and they will develop their policies around work from home. Having said that, we've seen a lot of movement in the market where bigger companies also entering into co-working. Too early to say anything, because not that we can go out there and work on our spaces and operationally show them how they look. But there are a lot of companies that are approaching and saying that now we would like to shift to co-working. The reason is because it's more flexible in nature.
Hmm.
Think of the people that are stuck in buildings with traditional leases. Think of
Right.
those companies. I'm sure they're also going through this turmoil. So they are looking for options where there's flexibility. So I think it's like a pyramid. So it's going to move one step below. A lot of people would work from home, but a lot of people would turn into co-working also. That's my
And
that's my
fair
reading.
enough.
Yeah.
That's a good point. And what about the government passing on some relief to the co-working industry? Like, is there something which you're expecting very soon, or something which you think you would need eventually from the government side?
Yeah, I mean, see, firstly, government has their hands full. There are 135 crore odd people that they have to look after, and this would be something that they'll probably look at the end or probably one of the last. Having said that, if I go as an operator, it might not have any weightage. So what we've done to start with is we've created a co-working association where there are 35 to 40 players of the country who've come together. It's called Indian Workspace Association, and we've written to the finance minister.
Okay.
So we are waiting to hear back from them. There's nothing that we've received. So the kind of concessions we're looking at, electricity fixed load is a big problem for us. When the
Yeah.
spaces are operational, these costs are really pinching us.
Yeah, because since your space is shut, I mean, there's
Yes,
electricity bill, there utility services which are kind of getting hit.
yes, and a lot of the operators do the fit outs on their own. So they've taken these massive loans, and again, these are all deferred. They aren't waived off. currently. Like there's a 3-month deferment on these loans. So we've written to them to look into that because our margins anyways are very low in this co-working. Like if we have one bad month, the entire year is gone. And over here we're talking about not one, but at least 3 bad months at the
Right.
moment. If the lockdown extends, then this 3 bad months might go up to 4 or 5 also. So
Hmm.
it is a difficult situation.
And since like a co-working space like yours, which has spaces in different states, I would say you have it in Noida, you have it in Gurugram. So and every state has their own issues currently. So how are you kind of managing this? Because it's not like a generic situation for you, right? Because you have to think, okay, UP has a certain guideline right now. Haryana would have eventually a different guideline. So you are having to kind of take care of different
Yeah. Yeah,
situation.
we have our eyes and ears open. We've been looking at all the any sort of communication that is coming from the government for each of the states, and our idea is to abide by the law, whatever it might be, in the coming days. And it's a situation that is happening for the first time to everyone. I mean, there's not one person on earth right now, or maybe very few which are very very old. It happened 1918, which is the Spanish flu.
Yeah.
So everyone's figuring out their way through it right now.
Perfect. And Mukul, you know why? I felt like talking to someone from the co-working space industry because before this outbreak happened, before lockdown, before coronavirus, co-working space in a way was actually going through a very good time. Like there were like booming startup culture in our country, and a lot of people were taking spaces as freelancers, as startup organizations. But I do understand the current situation has kind of created like a decent dent to the thing. But I really wish you all the luck for the future, and I just hope that things change for better and things come to normal, and wish you all the best for things to get normal again. Thanks, Mukul, for actually participating in this quick chat for this segment and giving us some insight for this industry.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you,
Thank
Vanshu.
you.
Yeah,
All right, great.
pleasure. Thank you very much. Yeah.